Hey guys, Mike from GetVoIP.com, and today I'm going to show you how to set up Auto Attendant with Phonebooth's on-demand service. Now at the moment I have one user all set up. For reference purposes, if you guys ever wanted to add more users, it's very simple. You don't even have to call into tech support or sales. You would just move the slider to the right, and right then and there you could add as much as 49 more users to make a total of 50. But we'll just leave it at 1 for now. As far as groups, you can have an unlimited amount of groups. You would just click Add Group. This would be our sales group. We'll make that extension 322. Simultaneous ring. Here's where you would add rules if no one happened to answer. And we'll just have it go back to the main line if nobody picks up. We'll make that for a duration of 10 seconds. This is all customizable, of course. You can set incoming call numbers for call ID, incoming caller display. So let's go ahead and... Okay, so let me go ahead and update this group. Okay, so we have our one extension in that group. You would clearly add whoever was related to the group. Alright, so here's where you would go ahead and set up your auto attendant. You're going to ideally want 2 attendants. You will click Add Auto Attendant. This will be for my business hours. Alright, so it'll bring you into some finer details here. This is where you would set up the extension. This is more or less for internal purposes so that employees can get in touch with a certain department if needs be. And here's where you can assign a phone number. Now, your auto attendants do not need a dedicated phone number. They can just serve as business rules, and that's it. Alright, now you can proceed to set up the phone pad. It would help to have a general idea of where you're going to go with this. Number 1 is going to go to what I'm going to call the front office, which is Ruben's desk. Number 2 would be 2 groups. We're going to say this is our sales group. Alright, so we'll set up key 3 here. It's going to be for our advertising department. And 4 would be, of course, if you'd like to repeat these options, press 4. Okay, so you have all these keys left over, and there's a number of different things you can do. You can have your employees key into 8 for a conference, or you can let a client know to hit that. And here's where the moderator passcode would be and the participant passcode. So clearly you would make sure you would relay that information to whoever needed it. You can also dial by name. I'm going to leave that out. And here's something you can set up for your employees if you want voicemail access. You would click star. You'd be setting this up for yourself, of course. Okay, so the next step is to click options, and here's where you could dial by extension. Make sure you would mention in your recording that if somebody wanted to get a hold of somebody, they could dial the extension at any time. And here's where you could upload a professional greeting. But we're not going to do that. We're going to upload one over the phone. And before you do so, before you click record, make sure that you sort of rehash and take note. Have a rough script ready of what all these keys will be. Otherwise, you're going to have to go back and change either your recording or the key presses, and that's frankly a waste of time. Alright, so you can go ahead and start to record that. Alright, so you can go right ahead and start to record that call by clicking Call Now. And you hear my extension begins to ring almost immediately.
Please record your phrase at the tone. When done, press pound.
Hi, you've reached GetVoIP.com. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. Press 1 for the front office. Press 2 for sales. Press 3 for advertising. Press 4 to repeat these options. Okay, so I hit pound. And just like that, my recording should be available in just a moment. Alright, so my greeting's all available now. Perfect. And before I can create a call handling schedule for this, I'm going to have to create some off hours. So we're going to call this after hours. We can go ahead and create a new attendant here. Alright, so now that I've created another auto attendant, I'm going to go back to my business hours. There's a few different ways you can do this. I found this was the easiest. You're going to set up a weekly scheduling option. So step one is going to be, when should this auto attendant answer calls? If you're a regular 9 to 5 and you're off on the weekend, then you're going to leave weekend unchecked. You're really only concerned with weekdays. So our business operates between the hours of 9 to 5. So outside of the times, which auto attendant would you like to answer the calls? It's going to be our after hours. I didn't set up the rules for those yet, but you guys can go ahead and adjust accordingly following the steps that I just did in setting up my business hours. And you would click save. And it's a very intuitive, smart system, just like that. The call routing schedule is saved, and it uses process of elimination, so you don't have to actually make those extra business rules. So there you have it, setting up auto attendant with Phonebooth. As you guys saw, it's a really visual and easy to use system. If you want to add more groups or auto attendants, Christmas and the holidays are coming up. You can go ahead and create those rules at any time at no fee. If you'd like to add more users, like you guys saw, all you do is move the slider and there you go. You click save and instantly you would have new users in your system. So I think that'll about cover it. This has been Mike from GetVoIP.com.